ladies and gentlemen, we've done it. And now that Burnley are promoted, the Glory Hunter is now here to now show up on the channel eventually. How you all doing? Welcome to the morning after Burnley's promotion back to the Premier League, which is, in all intents and purposes, a marvellous achievement. When you keep in mind the fact that this is now 4 times in a row, the 4th time in a row that Burnley have been promoted to Premier League, and that is under 3 different managers, under 3 completely different cultures and different styles and ways of playing the game. 15 losses in 182 games of football. This year, the stats and the records will be remembered for a long time. Again, we all know the stats. We all know the defensive record. We all know 31 games unbeaten. We all know 29 clean sheets with 2 games left to go. And we all know we've not conceded 2 goals in an entire game, in a single game this season. How is that even possible? Like, genuinely, how is that even possible to not concede 2 goals or more in an entire game of football in the league? You may say the cup or whatever, but we didn't have a main team out. We were playing Hladky. I think we conceded 2 goals or more to Wolves and then to Preston in the cup. Maybe there's one more I'm not thinking of, but I think that's genuinely it, which is marvellous. So, in terms of where we thought we would be this season, genuinely, it's kind of how we thought it was meant to go. And it can get even better. We are still joint with points with Leeds. They've got a superior goal difference, so that might as well be 1 more point. So, with 2 games left, looking at Leeds, looking at our last 2 games, Leeds have probably got the harder games. They've got 2 sides that are fighting for their lives. They've got Bristol City at home, which they are desperate to be in playoffs, so they need to win that game. They will put everything on the line. Leeds players will be having some fun, so are Burnley players. So it's the time to play against us now. We're now up. You would imagine they would be really up for it to try to win the title, but they'll have a few drinks, and we don't know, maybe it could be a little bit different when we play against QPR maybe. So we got QPR away, Millwall at home, Leeds they've got, Bristol City at home, and then Plymouth away. So, we play QPR, nothing to play for, but QPR can be a tough side, away from home. Leeds always struggle against them, but you would hope against QPR when they literally lost to Swansea the other day. You'd imagine that we can stand a chance. And in Millwall, which they actually are in fantastic form. However, maybe by the time it's the final day, they would not be able to make it into the playoffs. So let's hope that they don't get a result. I think it is also against Swansea the weekend, or at least get a draw, which means that they have nothing to play for. I want to win the title. I want to get 100 points because that would make it back-to-back titles. That would not just make 4 promotions in a row super impressive, but also 3 titles in a row under 3 different managers is also impressive as anything. And it shouldn't be taken for granted. We can't just say that, oh, well, what do you expect? You get power sheet payments and you should expect to win the league or to be promoted. Well, hello, look at Luton Town. Yes, they may not have the same players because we spend more time in the Premier League than what they did. But God almighty, they are still, I think, 5th for the wages of the entire league, and they are looking like they can still get relegated with 2 games left to go. They're still in 22nd place. Okay, spending money and having money doesn't mean everything. Ask Stoke City. When they went down, how long ago was it now? 7, 8 years ago? They spent tons of money. They bought Sam Vokes off us, spent a ton of money. And I think they spent about £25-30 million in an entire season in the Championship, and he still finished 16th. So, look, if you've got the right culture, you've got the right board, you've got the right identity that what you want to be, and everyone's on the same page, as long as you just don't completely kill the dressing room, you're in the right direction. And that's what we have become this year. And I find it incredibly fascinating how we've took this season on. Trust me, there has been moments that I've been really concerned. Maybe the halfway stage when we kept on drawing games and we really need some more help in the January window. Marcus Edwards came in, which has been, despite him not really scoring many goals or many assists, I think his impact on the game, moving the ball up the pitch and his threat that he has out wide is vital for us. Honestly, thank God he brought him in because he really has changed kind of the threat that we have up top. That makes it so we are, in number 1, not as reliant on one side of the pitch, which is vital. And also number 2, that, again, it just adds more threats that we have, that we could be a bit less predictable. And it can also lead so they can have a player on one side of the pitch or through the middle to have much more of an opportunity in space, because Edwards is very dangerous. So again, all the positives this year will go to the lads. Josh Brownhill, yet again, for another season in the Championship, should probably win the Player of the Year. It's been incredible to see how good he really is at this level. And he's not like, technically, like, he's not like an incredibly technical player. It's kind of fascinating to watch. Like, Josh Brownhill is all about know-how of being at the right place at the right time, making the right movements, work ethic, desire, fight, grit. That's what he is. That's what he's perfect for the Championship. And yet again, he's our main man. He's our main man, and he stood up when it mattered. And I'm very happy that he got that moment. So we're up. I still want to win the league. So let's hope we can get that over the line. We're going to have a very good time, of course. And then we'll start looking ahead into next season. Of course, you know, are we going to lose 2 times next season? No. We're going to lose a lot more games next year. That's just obvious. However, do you believe that we are better fit under a Scott Parker team and set up, Competitive and Company team and set up? The idea is that under Parker, hopefully we can stay in games more. Hopefully we have a better defense so we can, you know, not get trumped on the transition every single time, make stupid mistakes on the back every single time. We'd be more intelligent to how we do. Trafford would be a lot more suited for the level, you'd imagine. Maxime Esteve, you'd imagine, should stay. Egan Riley potentially as well. You know, defence wins championships, and defence, that is what we need for the Premier League. Will it be as good? Possibly not as good as we have been this year. You know, I can't see us conceding 15 goals next year. But I think the foundation is there, that if you don't completely tear it up like what we did last time under Vincent Kompany, that we had our team and we had Teller, we had Martson, we had Howard Bellis, we had this group core of players that had this bond, and we completely tore it up and had a completely different team for the next season. I can't see that happening again. And that works out because I can't see Parker being given as much money as what Company was given. Maybe you have 30, 50 million maybe, but it won't be given the hundreds. And I think it may suit us a bit more. So, yeah, that's where I stand. Gonna enjoy it, and hopefully we've learned, from our lessons under this ownership to not make the same mistakes as last time. But 2 games to go. We've still got a title to win. So let's go for it. So I should be on for the podcast with the boys tomorrow, I believe. So I'll see you boys then. And up the Clarets. See you soon. Come on.